I was really pleased with the effort that we had on the floor. I thought we played some really intensive defense throughout the entire ball game. First half especially, I thought we had really good help side, and we were hustling, and they shot the ball extremely well from the three-point line, especially in the first half, which they kind of consistently did throughout the ball game. And I look back, and they only scored, I think, 7 field goals inside the three-point line. So that was a little discouraging that we let them score as well as they did on the perimeter, but I thought we did a really good job of not letting them beat us inside along with that, and I think that's what kept us in the ball game for the whole game. As much as you're disappointed, especially for the seniors, when it comes down to the last situation, we have a really good shot. We just didn't make it, but we had many good shots throughout the ball game. A couple layups go in, and it's a different outcome. I'm totally pleased and proud of the effort that our girls have given all year long. Our women have given all year long, because they're not girls anymore, they're women.
We'll take player questions.
Josh, just kind of, take me through that last 30 seconds or so. You guys had some good looks. What were you guys trying to do? And then maybe on that last possession, how frustrating was it?
Well, we were just trying to get to the basket. I mean, we were trying to score any way we could and get up and get the lead. And that last shot, it should have gone in. I didn't finish like I should have. And if it was an ideal world, that shot would have gone in. The second shot would have gone in, and we would have won the game. But the scoreboard showed different than how we played the whole game. And every single girl played their hearts out. So.
What was kind of the key to limiting them from the three-point line in the second half?
Just taking pride in our defense and getting up in their face and not getting held up on the picks like we have in the past. I think we did a good job of challenging their threes and not letting them really take over the game with that, and we really controlled their post game too.
Rachel, how much did the early run kind of help you guys get some confidence, know you can play with them?
It was huge for Jess to go off like she did in the beginning of the game. That gave us the confidence to prove that not only can we play with them, but we can beat them. And it got us off to a quick start in the kind of Griffin basketball that we like to play, our style game.
I guess what can you say about this season? You guys really kind of, brought Western back, winning season, pushed them back on the map a little bit.
This is the problem with girls.
Old men too.
It was a year I'll never forget. Just the way that we all came together, and we thought we didn't let being picked 11th in the conference. We didn't let any of that outside influences get to our heads. We were determined to come out, play hard, make the most of some of our last years, or leave something for the rest of the players to strive toward for next year. And just as a team, we were unbelievably close. I truly believe that we are the closest team in this conference, that you might see a few girls on other teams doing something, but you'll find the majority of our team hanging out in the lobby or doing this or that. And I think that's what just makes it even harder to walk away from the game, is because of the teammates and the friendships that I've created along the way.
We talked about that a lot this last week in practice, and obviously before the ball game, about where we were picked at the beginning of the year, and that's kind of been a source of motivation for us, and talked about the statement we could make potentially by winning tonight against one of the top two seeded teams in this conference. And I think the players played like that for 40 minutes. I don't think we had a lull as far as our energy goes. We had a lull intellectually at times on the court, but I don't think we had a lull at all with the effort that we had on the floor, and that's to the credit of the team. And I think they've been that way pretty consistently this year.
The play before that, Jessica's miss, did you draw that up to hold for a final shot, to either win it or lose it there, or was it just get it and go?
Well, she just got a little bit of a hurry, and we were trying to clear the weak side a little bit more, and I think she just got a little impatient in taking it to the basket because we didn't really want her to take it quite that quick. But she did a good job. I mean, for her to, when you're not going to get the call when they put their arm on you when you're driving to the basket late in the game in most cases, but for her to go as hard as she did and miss the layup and then get her own offensive rebound and really had a great look. I mean, a great tip at the basket, 99 times out of 100, she's going to make that. It was probably because it was the last game that extra energy that she had and made her miss that shot. And and that's really when it comes down to it, that could have been our game right there. And then all we had to do was get a stop with 9 seconds to go.
You had some pretty good production from some of your role players tonight, Callie and Lauren and Alex Noble. But I mean, just how tough sometimes was it this tonight and this season to establish consistency offensively with some of the key players off the floor?
Well, it's tough in a sense that I don't think we still have. I still don't think some of those players have become consistent on the offensive end, and that's been part of the reason why we've shuffled the lineup up a little bit, because Alex has been a very good defender, brings a lot of energy on the floor, gets herself in position to score, as you can tell. But that's good. I mean, she's working hard to do that, and tonight there was a lot of energy on the court, and as we had to rotate people in a little bit quicker than we normally did and give them a few minutes here and there as much as we could. But as far as the consistency goes, we're still working on that.
Can you share what you said to your girls after the game, in the locker room? The group, especially, you kind of, in the last game of the year, you're really more focused usually on the seniors, especially after a game, after your last game. And I didn't recruit those girls. I inherited those girls. And the amount of improvement, especially this year, from the previous 2 or 3 years that they had in Rachel, in Lauren, and Colleen, and in Brenna, even though she was just here 3 years. But those three in particular, and Jess came with that group, obviously, but she was hurt that first year. But it's gratifying, and not just the fact that they've improved so much as basketball players, but they really grew up, I think, a lot in the last 12 months, and became, like I said before, they're not girls, but they're young women. And the maturity that they had throughout the season and this week, those seniors just showed the team, and I asked them on Monday, just showed the rest of the team every day in practice this week how important this game is to us, this week is to us, and I think they did that. And everybody was loose, which we needed to be. We were joking and laughing. They were giddy, in a sense, at the beginning of the ball game before they got on the court, and I thought they did play with freedom, which is what we've been talking about.